Did you know Tyreek Hill was once considered undraftable? Now, he's the first wide receiver to be ranked number 1 in the NFL's top 100 players list. How did this 5th round pick become the league's best player? The most dangerous and top-ranked player in the NFL by his peers had humble beginnings. Prepare for a journey from high school tracks in Georgia to superstardom. You'll see how Tyreek Hill overcame personal struggles, legal troubles, and professional setbacks to become the league's best player, even higher than his former teammate Patrick Mahomes, the undisputed best quarterback in the NFL. Growing up in Douglas, Georgia, Hill faced tough times, including near homelessness. Raised by his grandparents, he had to fight for every opportunity. From these humble beginnings, Hill's incredible journey unfolds. We'll see how his blazing speed and determination carried him through high school, college, and into the NFL. Along the way, he faced obstacles that could have ended his career before it truly began. But Hill's story is one of resilience, second chances, and the pursuit of greatness against all odds. Tyreek Hill's journey to NFL stardom began on the high school tracks of Douglas, Georgia. At Coffee High School, Hill wasn't just fast, he was a blur. His exceptional speed quickly caught the attention of track enthusiasts and college scouts alike. In 2012, Hill dominated the Georgia State meet, winning both the 100-meter and 200-meter events. But his success didn't stop at the state level. The same year, Hill took his talents to the international stage. At the World Junior Championships, he showcased his world-class speed by winning a gold medal in the 4x100-meter relay. He also earned a bronze in the 200-meter sprint, proving he could compete with the best young athletes in the world. These achievements put Hill on the map as one of the most promising track stars of his generation. Hill's speed wasn't just impressive, it was record-breaking. At the 2012 Golden South Classic, he ran the 200 meters in a blistering 20.14 seconds. This time wasn't just fast, it was a hair's breadth away from greatness. Hill missed the national high school record by just 1/100th of a second. Even more impressive, it was the fastest time recorded by any junior athlete that season. But Hill's path to success wasn't smooth. While he was breaking records on the track, life at home was a constant struggle. There were times when his family couldn't afford electricity. In these dark moments, Hill found himself comforting his grandmother, promising her that one day he'd make their lives better. This promise became a driving force, pushing him to excel both on and off the field. Balancing his athletic pursuits with his challenging home life wasn't easy. Hill had to dig deep, finding reserves of determination and resilience that would serve him well in the years to come. Despite the obstacles, he never lost sight of his goals. His track success was opening doors, and Hill was determined to step through them. As his high school career came to a close, Hill's exceptional speed and growing reputation caught the attention of college football programs. They saw in Hill not just a track star, but a potential game-changing wide receiver. His ability to leave defenders in the dust could translate into touchdowns on the football field. Hill's track achievements had set the stage for his college football career, but the transition from track to football wouldn't be straightforward. The skills that made him a star on the track, his explosive speed and quick reflexes, would need to be honed and adapted for the gridiron. Hill was about to embark on a new challenge, one that would test not just his physical abilities, but his character as well. As Hill prepared to make the leap to college athletics, he couldn't have known the twists and turns that lay ahead. His journey was about to take some unexpected detours, filled with triumphs and setbacks that would shape both his career and his character. The speed that had defined his high school years would remain his calling card, but Hill was about to learn that in the world of college and professional football, speed alone isn't enough. Tyreek Hill's college journey was a roller coaster of triumphs and troubles, starting at Garden City Community College in Kansas. Here, Hill's versatility shone brightly. He wasn't just a track star anymore, he was becoming a football sensation. As a return specialist and wide receiver, Hill's speed translated perfectly to the gridiron. He racked up impressive stats, catching the eye of major Division I programs. His performances at Garden City were so electric that he was soon recognized as the number 3 junior college prospect in the nation. This wasn't just a local phenomenon anymore. Hill was making waves on a national scale. College football powerhouses like Alabama and Oklahoma took notice, seeing in Hill a potential game changer. With his stock soaring, Hill made the leap to Oklahoma State University. The move to a Big 12 school was a big step up, but Hill didn't miss a beat. He quickly became a key player for the Cowboys, showcasing his versatility as a runner, receiver, and return specialist. His speed was still his calling card, but now he was proving he could be a complete football player. But just as Hill's star was rising, his world came crashing down. On December 11th, 2014, Hill was arrested on charges of domestic violence against his then-girlfriend. The details were shocking and serious. This wasn't just a setback, it was a potential career ender. Oklahoma State wasted no time in dismissing Hill from the team. His dream of playing big-time college football, which had seemed so bright just days before, was now in tatters. The NFL, which had once seemed like a real possibility, now felt like an impossible dream. Hill pleaded guilty to domestic assault and battery by strangulation. He was sentenced to 3 years of probation and required to complete an anger management course. The legal consequences were severe, but the impact on his football career seemed even more dire. For a year, Hill's future in football hung in the balance. Many thought his playing days were over. Who would take a chance on a player with such serious off-field issues? Hill found himself at a crossroads, facing the very real possibility that his actions had cost him everything he'd worked for. But Hill's story wasn't over. In a surprising turn of events, he got a second chance at West Alabama, a Division II school. It was a far cry from the bright lights of Oklahoma State, but it was an opportunity, perhaps his last one. Coach Brett Gilliland at West Alabama didn't make the decision lightly. He initially hesitated after reading the police report, but after speaking with Hill's former coaches and mentors, Gilliland decided to give him a chance. It was a controversial move, one that would be scrutinized by many. For Hill, West Alabama represented more than just a place to play football. It was a chance at redemption, an opportunity to prove he could turn his life around. The stakes couldn't have been higher. If he failed here, there might not be another chance. Hill attacked this opportunity with everything he had. On the field, he showcased the same explosive speed and playmaking ability that had made him a star at Oklahoma State. Off the field, he worked to address the issues that had led him to this downfall. His performance at West Alabama was impressive enough to put him back on the NFL's radar. At his pro day, Hill ran a blistering 4.29-second 40-yard dash, reminding everyone of the incredible athletic talent that had first put him on the map. Tyreek Hill's standout season at West Alabama was more than just a comeback. It was a statement. His electrifying performances on the field reminded everyone why he had once been considered a top prospect. With his blazing speed and versatility, Hill dominated as a receiver, runner, and return specialist. His decision to declare for the NFL draft was a bold move, but Hill knew this might be his last shot at the big leagues. The controversy surrounding Hill's draft prospects was impossible to ignore. Many teams viewed him as undraftable due to his past legal issues. The domestic violence conviction that had derailed his college career still loomed large in the minds of NFL executives. Some teams removed Hill from their draft boards entirely, unwilling to take the risk on a player with such serious off-field concerns. But in the NFL, talent often gets second chances. The Kansas City Chiefs, led by general manager John Dorsey, saw potential where others saw only risk. On draft day, with the 165th overall pick in the 5th round, the Chiefs made their move. They selected Tyreek Hill, sending shockwaves through the NFL community.
The 165th pick, Kansas City Chiefs select Tyreek Hill.
The decision was met with immediate backlash. Fans and media critics alike questioned the Chiefs' judgment. How could they draft a player with Hill's history? Dorsey faced tough questions, but he stood firm in his belief that Hill deserved a second chance. It was a high-stakes gamble that would define both Hill's career and the Chiefs' future. From the moment Hill stepped onto the field, it was clear the Chiefs had struck gold. His rookie season was nothing short of spectacular. Hill's speed was unlike anything the NFL had seen in years. He wasn't just fast, he was a game changer every time he touched the ball. As a return specialist, Hill was a constant threat to score. His ability to change direction on a dime left would-be tacklers grasping at air. But it wasn't just special teams where Hill made his mark. As a receiver, he quickly became one of the most dangerous deep threats in the league. His speed forced defenses to respect the long ball, opening up the entire Chiefs offense. In a single game against the Denver Broncos, Hill showcased his full array of talents. He scored a touchdown as a receiver, a rusher, and a return specialist, a feat that hadn't been accomplished in the NFL since 1965. It was a performance that put the entire league on notice. Tyreek Hill wasn't just a feel-good story or a one-trick pony, he was a star in the making. By the end of his rookie season, Hill had racked up impressive stats across the board. He recorded 61 receptions for 593 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. On the ground, he added 267 rushing yards and 3 more scores. His impact was so significant that he earned a Pro Bowl selection and was named first-team All-Pro as a return specialist. Hill's success on the field began to change the narrative surrounding him. While his past actions were not forgotten, his play forced people to see him in a new light. He was no longer just, quote, the player with the troubled past, unquote. He was, quote, Tyreek Hill, the game-breaking wide receiver, unquote. As impressive as Hill's rookie season was, it was just the beginning. The Chiefs had a young quarterback waiting in the wings, a strong-armed gunslinger named Patrick Mahomes. When these two would eventually pair up, they would form one of the most explosive duos in NFL history. Tyreek Hill's journey to NFL stardom took an explosive turn when he teamed up with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. The duo's connection on the field was electric, redefining what's possible in the NFL passing game. Hill's blazing speed paired perfectly with Mahomes' rocket arm, creating a nightmare for opposing defenses. They stretched the field vertically, turning routine plays into highlight reel touchdowns. Their partnership reached its peak in Super Bowl 54. With the Chiefs trailing the San Francisco 49ers late in the game, Hill made a pivotal play that changed everything. On a crucial 3rd and 15, he hauled in a 44-yard bomb from Mahomes, sparking the Chiefs' comeback. Hill finished the game with 9 catches for 105 yards, playing a key role in securing Kansas City's first Super Bowl victory in 50 years. But Hill's rise to the top wasn't without challenges. In 2019, he faced serious allegations of child abuse. The incident cast a shadow over his career and led to intense media scrutiny. The NFL conducted a thorough investigation, ultimately finding no evidence that Hill had violated the league's personal conduct policy. While he was cleared to play, the controversy reminded everyone of the complexities surrounding Hill's past and present. Despite the off-field issues, Hill's on-field excellence continued to shine. His performance spoke volumes, leading the Chiefs to offer him a 3-year, $54 million contract extension in September 2019. This deal made him one of the highest-paid receivers in the league at the time, reflecting his immense value to the team. Hill's time in Kansas City was marked by record-breaking performances and accolades. He earned Pro Bowl selections in each of his 6 seasons with the Chiefs, establishing himself as one of the most dangerous offensive weapons in the NFL. His speed and agility made him a threat to score from anywhere on the field, whether as a receiver, runner, or return specialist. In a surprising move that shook the NFL landscape, the Chiefs traded Hill to the Miami Dolphins in March 2022. The Dolphins immediately signed him to a massive 4-year, $120 million contract, making him the highest-paid wide receiver in NFL history at that time. This blockbuster deal showed just how much Hill's stock had risen since his controversial entry into the league. The move to Miami opened a new chapter in Hill's career. Now, the undisputed top target in the Dolphins' offense, he had the opportunity to prove he could dominate without Mahomes throwing him the ball. Hill rose to the challenge in spectacular fashion. In his first season with the Dolphins, he recorded career highs in receptions, 119, and receiving yards, 1,710, earning first-team All-Pro honors. Hill's performance in Miami silenced any doubters who thought his success was solely a product of the Chiefs' system. He proved that his elite speed, route-running ability, and hands could thrive in any offense. His consistency and big play ability made him a cornerstone of the Dolphins' attack and a nightmare for opposing defenses. Tyreek Hill's 2023 season with the Miami Dolphins was nothing short of spectacular. He led the league in receiving yards and touchdowns, showcasing his incredible speed and skill. But his crowning achievement came when he was named the #1 player in the NFL's top 100, the first wide receiver ever to claim this honor, even higher than his former teammate Patrick Mahomes. Think about that for a second. From a challenging childhood in Georgia to the top spot in the NFL, Hill's journey is truly remarkable. His rise to stardom wasn't just about his blazing speed or his highlight reel catches, it was about his determination to overcome every obstacle in his path. Hill's impact on the sport goes beyond his impressive stats. He's changed the way defenses approach the game, forcing them to adapt to his unique abilities. As Cam Newton put it, Hill is, quote, the most dangerous man in the NFL, unquote. His story is a testament to the power of second chances and the rewards of relentless hard work.
What I said my rookie year, huh? What I said my rookie year, huh?